Okay, welcome everyone to beautiful Belmont High School. I am Dr. Elsa Mendoza, proud principal of Belmont, and we are honored that today's press announcement is being held here as we have much to showcase. We welcome our new superintendent, Austin Beutner. We are pleased that our new superintendent is taking the time to visit our Belmont community, home of the highest number of newcomer students in all of LA Unified. Go Sentinels. Now I would like to introduce board member Nick Melvoin.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here today. You know, the question posed to us by our board president was, what inspires you? And I think being here, I'm inspired by so much. My answer was City Year because they greeted us, but the students behind us and our partners and our teachers and our principal. We're very excited to be here to introduce our new superintendent, Austin Beutner. You know, besides the fact that this is a prettier backdrop than Beaudry, it's fitting that we're doing our first press conference at a school. Despite the sound and the fury of district politics, we exist for one and only one purpose, and that's to serve children at schools like this one. And while some key progress has been made in serving our children, thanks to the hard work of many, including Superintendent King and Interim Superintendent Ekjian, we have a long way to go. Existential financial challenges, too many underperforming schools, pervasive achievement gaps, declining enrollment, severe underfunding at the state level, these and other pressures weigh on this district and have prevented us from serving kids well. They're also spoken about ad nauseum by this board with, quite frankly, not enough action attached. And action, especially uncomfortable action, difficult action, action that makes up for years of inaction, can be hard. It's undoubtedly more difficult than just talking about the problems. But it's what we were elected to do. We weren't elected to talk about challenges only to take refuge in the comfort of what we know. We were elected to improve outcomes for kids. I'm confident that Superintendent Beutner understands our challenges, is ready to focus on deeds, not just words, and will, as he has done in the past, build a powerful and diverse coalition to tackle head-on the problems of this district. There's a reason that before her retirement, Dr. King asked Austin to convene a task force that would bring new perspective to stale challenges. And in only a few months, we've received reports on student attendance, real estate, transparency and accountability, equitable funding, and our human capital landscape. Reports that I look forward to translating into policies in the coming months. It's because he's shown that he can bring people together to get things done. It's because he's a civic leader who served as a deputy mayor, as the publisher of our paper of record, and as the founder of a nonprofit that I first encountered years ago when Vision to Learn provided free glasses to underserved kids at a camp that I run. It's because his blend of public, private, and government experience makes him uniquely qualified to disentangle the thickly woven red tape that is holding us back from local control, innovative lessons, and dynamic partnerships that can truly make our public schools the center of every neighborhood in Los Angeles. Doing that takes more than words. It takes more than eloquent soliloquies about the need for change. It requires of us the sober realization that the dogmas of a quieter past are inadequate to our present. A present that requires out-of-the-box thinking on everything from our finances to our management structure, the emergence of new coalitions that will fight for our kids, and a willingness to elevate deeds over diatribes. I'm confident that Superintendent Beutner is the right choice for this precarious moment for the Los Angeles Unified School District. I deeply appreciate his willingness to serve, and I look forward to working with him in the coming months and years on our singular focus, ensuring our children succeed. With that, I'd like to acknowledge that we have three guest speakers with us joining us today. Antonia Hernández, President and CEO of the California Community Foundation, Bob Ross, President and CEO of the California Endowment, and Tyler Izen of the LA Police Protective League, who served on the LA 2020 committee with our new superintendent. Dean Vogel was supposed to be with us today, but was called away at the last minute for a family emergency. So with that, I'd like to call up Antonia Hernández, a giant of a civic leader in her own right, to say a few words.
Thank you, Nick. And as a proud graduate of LAUSD, yes, I went to Garfield High School, and I'm proud to have worked for many years to support both LAUSD and all of our superintendents who have served the students. I guess for me the challenge for everyone is to support Austin Beutner. I have known Austin for many years, and I concede he doesn't have an education background, but he is honest, sincere, has a deep love of the students, and cares deeply about the well-being of LAUSD. We all know all of the troubles and issues that LAUSD has, but foremost, we must stabilize the funding and get the resources back to the teachers and the classrooms. And that's going to be very challenging. We're at Belmont High School, the highest concentration of ESL students and students that need support. I congratulate Mónica as the chair of the board, and I congratulate and pledge to work with Austin as he reaches out to all of us, teachers, organized labor, the community, the foundation, philanthropy. We all have a stake in ensuring that Austin is successful in meeting the challenges of LAUSD. Once again, I am very proud to support my friend Austin Beutner, and now Bob Ross.
Thank you, Antonia. Good morning to all of you. Congratulations, first of all, to Mónica and Nick and the school board for this inspired choice. My name is Dr. Bob Ross. I'm president and CEO of the California Endowment. We are here based in Los Angeles, and we are the state's largest health foundation with a very strong interest in health and wellness for students in the school setting. So like my friend Antonia, I guess we could spend time talking about what's not on your resume, Austin. You haven't run a school district before, but like Antonia, I've known Austin Beutner for a number of years. And here's what I know about him. He is someone who is a voracious learner. He is data-driven. He is a truth seeker and truth teller. He is accountable and will demand accountability. He is transparent. He won't play hide the ball with data or facts or numbers. And as Antonia mentioned, he is someone who is in his soul committed to the future of children in this state. So yeah, folks can spend time talking about what's not in your resume, Austin. I know what you bring to the table in this position, and it is leadership. He knows he cannot do this job alone. He knows part of this job is to rally our community behind him and the students in this district and behind the school board. He will do that. He knows this job is not a solo act because no one person can do all that is required by himself. He will require teamwork. He will inspire teamwork. And the community of philanthropy will be behind you, Austin, as you take on this new challenge. And thank you, Mónica and Nick, for this most inspired choice. Thank you.
Thank you. My name's Tyler Izen.
Mr. Izen, we're going to give you a new mic.
And I'm going to get a new mic.
There you go. There you go. Right?
See, he's already working with everybody. So I spent 30 years with the Los Angeles Police Department, the last 6 as the president of with the Los Angeles Police Protective League, the last 3 of which as its president. I worked with Austin when he was a deputy mayor at City Hall. I worked with Austin on the LA 2020 Commission. All the speakers ahead of me have already said all the things that really need to be said about Austin, and I've been asked to be brief, so I'm going to be. I will say this: we have disagreed and come to terms. We have changed each other's minds on issues, and most of all, the reason that we should all be behind Austin is that he has an insatiable appetite to serve future generations, and there is no doubt in my mind that he will do that and make his mark here. So with that, I'll leave you with, I too am an LAUSD graduate. So we're all 3 of my children. So we're all 3 of my children.
Parent.
And I say that proudly. Yes. So, good luck, Austin. Anything you need from me, I'm there for you.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. How amazing to be with all of you at the LA Unified, where we call Belmont the cradle of reform. This school community story insisted that LA Unified deal with overcrowding. This school community story insisted that we worked to perform and reconstitute and re-engineer and reform over and over and over. This school story taught us about the need for LA Unified to bring people together, look at overcrowding, and then invite our community to help build 131 new schools that ended forced busing and the Concept 6 calendar in LA. So I am constantly inspired at Belmont High School. The stories of people who were moved out of their homes. The stories of how LA Unified got it wrong on the first try, but didn't give up. Continued to learn. So to all of our community, as a daughter of East LA, born when young people were demanding better, and as your board president today, join us. We have much to learn. We have done better, and you have helped us. You have fought for breakfast in the classroom. You have fought for opportunities of parent and community engagement. You have fought for more data available to parents and students. You have fought for higher quality, and we have increased graduation together. We have reduced suspensions together. We have led the nation on teaching urban America how to help close camps and reduce young people being incarcerated. That's LA. So now LA, we have a new leader starting May 15th. LA, there is room for all of us. LA, we are a district of 91% children of color, 76% children who qualify for low income for free and reduced lunch. But I want to talk about what's the challenge. The challenge is not do adults agree. The challenge is not do we all understand the how of everything together. The challenge is, do we believe we can do better than right now? And if you do, and I do, I am the daughter of Mexican immigrants. They met at Stevenson Middle School. My mom and dad teach me every day to go out and spread love, share your talent, raise your voice, demand of yourself and others. And if you visit our classrooms, if you have been in a boardroom the last 17 years, you have heard our community come forward and say they want to be part of the success of this district, and they want their children to read and write and have quality opportunities to be college ready, career prepared. As a board member, I am so proud to introduce to you the man who says, yes, we can. I will bring people together. I will build a team, and I will challenge business, political, and educational institutions and industry to come be part of our success. Ladies and gentlemen, Superintendent Austin Beutner.
Good morning, and Monica, thank you. We're good? No, back over here. Thank you. It's really a privilege to be here. And as most of you will know, Monica's a tough act to follow. So thank you. It's really, really great for me to be here. I want to acknowledge just a few people before I start. I want to acknowledge Monica. I want to acknowledge Board Member Melvoin. I want to acknowledge the principals, Castro of Belmont High, Mitchell of Castro Middle School, and Jacobowski of Newmark High School. But why are we here? Why are we starting this conversation at a school? Simple. It's because students are what matter most. Now, when I think about students in this school, I'm going to digress for a minute because I want to acknowledge just a couple special students, at least in my part. There's a great multimedia program here at Belmont High, and two of those students, Kinyo Rajo and Ana Sotomayor, are part of a fantastic program we started at the LA Times called HS Insider. We thought if we could take this fantastic institution, the LA Times, introduce it to high school kids, allow those students to be mentored by journalists and help them tell their story, what a fantastic thing. Thank you. You're inspiring me with your stories, and that work is now done in 250 high schools throughout the community. Now, to state the obvious, I'm an unconventional choice. Unconventional by lots of measures. I think you've heard that already. But the district is at a crossroads. We face some tough issues, but I believe we can move forward together and address these issues to unlock the enormous potential the district holds. Hard choices are just that, hard. But our school board's capable of making hard choices. I know, for example, it was not easy to choose me, and now we have more hard choices to look at, more decisions to make together. But if we take all those decisions with an understanding and a commitment to provide the best possible education for the students in Belmont High and the students throughout LA Unified, we're going to get better. Now I want to share a few things you should know, and in particular the students. This is a big, complex organization. LA Unified's huge. About 700,000 people are educated by the district, about 500,000 in K through 12, another 80,000 in early and adult ed, and another 110,000 students in independent charter schools. It directly employs more than 60,000 people and has a budget of about $9 billion. Yeah, $9 billion, that's big. That's 9 by a lot of zeros. It serves communities from Baldwin Hills to Boyle Heights, San Pedro to Sylmar, Chatsworth to Chinatown, and Sherman Oaks to South LA. But all of this organization, $9 billion, 60,000 people, exists for one purpose: to serve the needs of the students and provide the best possible education. Now, each of the students in this high school come to school every day with their own story, their own journey, their own hopes and dreams for the future. Will allow me to share just a bit of my story to give you a sense of where I come from. I went to public school. I lived in 5 different cities as a child as my parents looked for opportunity for my family. Each time they moved, they sought to live in the community with the best public schools. I had the benefit of great teachers. A 10th grade English teacher who taught me to be a better writer. A baseball coach who taught me the value of teamwork. A guidance counselor who encouraged me to dream big. And a 5th grade music teacher who helped me find a voice and a way to express myself in music long before I could stand in front of a crowd like this. Classrooms are where the magic happens, and that's all because of great teachers. My mom was a reading teacher, and she inspired me to love reading. And I have nothing but fond memories of every weekend going to the library with my mom, because children can only check out 3 books, but adults could check out as many as they wanted. And I consumed everything on those shelves together with my mom. My dad came to this country as a child, his family fleeing the horrors of the Nazis, studied to become an engineer, became a factory supervisor, and he instilled in me the value of hard work and commitment. I cannot recall my dad ever missing one day of work. In high school, when I wasn't working, I was washing dishes in a restaurant, working at a printing plant, detergent factory, and driving a delivery truck for a florist. Every afternoon my senior year in high school, I'd go over to the florist. My first task was to fill out the cards. Dear Mónica, so sorry. I really know I hurt you, but I won't do it. Sincerely, Nick. In that small town, I was Facebook way before there was anything called social media. My own education provided the foundation for my career in business, and I was fortunate beyond my wildest dreams. But about 10 years ago, things took a very different turn. I had a bad accident mountain biking. I broke my neck, had some other injuries. Oddly enough, the part I remember most was them picking gravel out of my knuckles. Not something I wish on anybody. It took me about a year to get back on my feet, and during that time I decided I wanted to spend the next chapter of my life working to make our community better, to make sure others in the community had the same opportunities I did. And the best opportunity I was ever given was a great public education. Now, good schools need strong communities to support them, and Los Angeles has long been a place where America comes to see its future. More than 200 languages and dialects are spoken here. We are the intersection of America, Asia, and Latin America. This diverse, multicultural community is the America of the future. But Los Angeles faces real challenges, and these have consequence inside our classroom. More than 15,000 kids who attend LA Unified are homeless. We know 80% of children who experience homelessness as a child will become homeless as an adult. More than 50,000 kids in LA Unified go to school without the glasses they need. We know, provided with the glasses they need, they'll do better in school. Without those glasses, they'll struggle and become far more likely to drop out. Far too many kids in Los Angeles live in communities where violent crime has been rising. Children who live with violence around them bring that trauma to school and can struggle to learn. And far, far too many families in Los Angeles live in poverty. All these issues make it more difficult for a student to learn. But with the support of the community and the hard work of everyone who works in LA Unified, classroom teachers, aides, counselors, custodians, school leaders, administrators, and many, many more, we're going to make sure that every student is prepared for life.
That's right.
Prepared with a career in technical education to join the workforce in a well-paying job with the potential to grow and develop. Or prepared with the academic foundation to study at a community college or a four-year university. Now, to do that, we have to look very, very carefully at how we're doing things now and what we need to do differently. LA Unified is making progress. In 2005, 44% of students in high school earned a diploma. In 2017, 80% will graduate. That's fantastic. But the status quo is not good enough. According to state tests, less than 40% of students in LA Unified are not proficient in reading. That's not acceptable. The old adage, learn to read, read to learn, has never been more true. Less than a third of students in LA Unified are proficient in math. That's not acceptable. In today's digital economy, math is the language of the future, the language of opportunity. Less than 10% of African American and Latino boys who graduate are even eligible to apply to the Cal State and UC systems. This opportunity gap has to be addressed and resources made available to support the effort. Now, these challenges will not be easy to solve, and all of this work will be made harder by a looming set of budget issues which are very large and very real. But working together, we can solve them. Now let's talk about how we're going to do it. It starts with a culture of yes. It starts with LAUSD becoming an institution that looks at each issue with a mindset of we can do this and is willing to change to achieve that objective. Now, I'm not naive. Changing any organization, especially one with 60,000 employees and many stakeholders whose interests do not always align, is not going to be easy. It will not happen overnight, but change must happen. The commitment to change, the commitment to a better education for our community and the children in our community has to be embraced by everybody in Los Angeles. Not just those with kids in LA Unified, not just those who work in LA Unified. We can't succeed. Civic leaders and grassroots organizations have to engage with each other and embrace the need. Business, labor, and the philanthropic community have to increase their commitment to helping kids in public schools. Faith-based communities are an important part of our success. City, county, and state elected officials need to be part of the solution because public education is the common ground on which we all stand. We need to listen and engage with the community. The district has to be more transparent and accountable to those parents and communities it serves. The choices the district will have to make need to take into account the views of the community. We need to deepen our commitment to a trained and capable workforce, investing in them, supporting them with the tools and resources they need to do their jobs. Facilities have to be clean, safe, and welcoming, and school leaders have to be empowered to make decisions to address the needs of their school and their community. We need to engage and empower the parents who put so much trust in LA Unified to help their children succeed. And we need to address the budget issues. Most reasoned observers would agree the district will need more resources to do a better job. The current funding level of about $15,000 per student is simply not enough. But we also have to make sure we're doing the best possible job with the resources we do have. Now, budgets are not just a bunch of numbers on a page. They're a statement of values. They're a statement of values of the organization of LA Unified and a statement of value of the community of Los Angeles. And the hard choices made to spend money on certain programs mean other programs will not have the money they need. My job is to inform the board and the community about the needs, the opportunities, and the impact of all of the decisions we make. Now, my commitment today to the students of LA Unified is to be honest and transparent. If things are not right, let's not sugarcoat it. Let's have a candid conversation and figure out how to make it right. My commitment to the students of LA Unified is to make sure everything we do and I do is with your best interest in mind. And my challenge to each and every one of the students in LA Unified is to become active and engaged in this effort, because your community of students are our future. You are the future of our community. Now it's time for me to get to work and time for the students to get back to the classroom. We all have much to learn and much to do. Thank you.
Brevemente, nomás quisiera agradecerles a todos que están aquí ahora, invitarlos que sean parte de la solución en Los Ángeles para que tengamos éxito en todas las escuelas y que cada familia pueda ver a su joven llegar a graduación preparados. Escuchamos el compromiso de un hombre que va a enfrentar cosas difíciles con una comunidad dispuesta a trabajar. También escuchamos de importantes voces de nuestros líderes de la comunidad diciendo que están listos para trabajar con nosotros. Empieza el señor Beutner el 15 de mayo, pero ya vamos a invitar a todos que se pongan a trabajar. I want to ask Antonia, would you like to say something in Spanish? Graduada de Los Ángeles, Antonia Hernández.
Bueno, buenas tardes. Estoy aquí apoyando al nuevo superintendent. Y la razón que es esto es porque yo conozco a Austin. Sé que es una persona que quiere mucho el éxito de los estudiantes y tiene el temperamento para traer a personas a que juntes a profesoras, a la unión, a la comunidad. Quiero pedirles que por favor apoyen a esta persona porque necesitamos todos juntos para tener éxito en la LAUSD y éxito para nuestros estudiantes. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias. And I want to thank all of the LA Unified folks who are here. I know you are part of our success every day. I see many labor leaders from LA Unified. Also, our wonderful students, all of our principals, more work to do. Thank you, everybody.